All right, hi everybody. We're working through the Diploma prep material. We're going through the Polynomials chapter here. So this question wants me to use the remainder theorem to determine the remainder, okay, when x cubed plus 4x squared plus x minus 6 is divided by the binomial x plus 1. And then we're going to check using synthetic division. I want to go through this question with you guys because I really want to encourage you to get comfortable with the remainder theorem. Okay, I know a lot of people out there, we show the people the remainder theorem, but then they see synthetic division and they get a little antsy with it and they always just use division. They just use division here. But the remainder theorem is designed to be a shortcut. It's going to help with some other questions. It will help specifically with the next question here. Okay? So in this case right here, use the remainder theorem to determine the remainder, okay, when the polynomial is divided by the binomial x plus 1. Well, what that means is I'm going to take the polynomial and I'm going to evaluate it at the value of x that makes this binomial 0. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. So I'm going to evaluate this at the value of x that makes it 0, which will be negative 1. And that means I am going to make this, if I plug this into the polynomial, this will end up being negative 1 cubed plus 4 times negative 1 squared, okay, plus negative 1 minus 6. Okay, and when I put that all together, I get negative 4. So the remainder is negative 4. Now, that tells me that x plus 1 was not a factor of that polynomial, because it would only be a factor if the remainder was 0. Now, I got, whoops, sorry, wrong direction. I got to check this using synthetic division, and I know that there's at least 2 very common methods for doing synthetic division. Now, when I teach it, I tell people to do this. That same number that you plugged in here, because it made the binomial here equal to 0, I'm going to put that outside that little box there. Then I'm going to list the coefficients, okay, of my divisor, sorry, my dividend. So 1, 4, 1, negative 6. And when I do this, when I change the sign of that number and put it out here, I bring down the first number, multiply, and then I add. I multiply, and then I add. Multiply, and then I add. And there's the remainder. Now, just to be fair, I know that there will be a number of people that will do it this way. You'll take the same sign, you'll put the 1 there, and then again, you'll put the coefficients. But you'll choose, because you didn't change the sign here, when you do this, you'll bring down the 1, you'll multiply, you'll subtract. Multiply, subtract. Multiply, subtract. And you get the same value, you're just performing it with a different operation. And there you go. So I'll be able to confirm the remainder theorem using synthetic division.